What's up, Dragon Brood? So it looks like y'all can't get enough of the Witherbloom decks, and honestly, playing through the ladder I see quite a few of them, so that doesn't surprise me at all. So I figured today I'd come at you with another one. Or, I guess you can call it Golgari, if you're kinda old school. Or, I guess a magic boomer, as they like to call it. Anyway, for the Zoomers and everybody else, we're gonna go with Witherbloom for today, since we're in Strixhaven. But anyway, this is actually a really cool deck. It plays adventures, and I got the original idea from a video I saw with Reid Duke. I made some changes to the list, but I actually had a previous deck from I believe 2 seasons ago that was Golgari Adventures that I really enjoyed, so it was fun seeing this as a way to kind of upgrade that. So hope y'all enjoy it. Let's get into the video. Now, I know it can be very easy to look and say, like, oh, we're playing adventures. It's not going to be anything new. But actually, there are some new cards that make their way into the list that actually have a very big impact. So, starting at the top here, we're playing Foulmire Knight. One of the better creatures you can play with adventures for this list, just because it both draws you a card and it can play a little bit of defense having Death Touch, which is really nice. Now, this is the first card from the new set that's being added here, and it is Valentine, Dean of the Vein. I don't know if it's Valentin or Valentine. How you're supposed to, it's not Valentine, obviously, it doesn't have an E, but who knows? But the other half is really the half you want in this list. Like, you can play it early if you just need to, because it does have Menace and Lifelink, and you do get to kill a lot of creatures, which could result in you getting some 1/1s, which is nice. But Lisette, Dean of the Root, 4/4/4/4. But whenever you gain life, you can pay an additional 1, and you put a +1/+1 counter on all of your creatures. Now, obviously, if you have a Valentine already out, it can attack with lifelink, give you the +1/+1s. But we have some other stuff in the list too that gains us life, so we'll get to that in a second. Obviously, we're going to be playing Edgewall Innkeeper because you're playing adventures. Have 3 Scavenging Ooze, because again, now just consider each activation that costs 2 mana to remove a card from a graveyard. If it's a creature, put a +1/+1 on Scavenging Ooze, and then put a +1/+1 on all your other things because you also gain a life. We have Murderous Rider for 3 copies. This is also another way just to kill planeswalkers if necessary, but does deal with just about every creature under the sun. And again, it has lifelink, so that could really help you out as well. 4 Kazandu Mammoth. You see this in a lot of decks, not a surprise. Same thing with Lovestruck Beast, sort of what you expect. Binding of the Old Gods. This is one of the better black and green cards to play. So if you're going to be in these colors, you might as well be playing Binding of the Old Gods. Mortality Spear. This is one of the new ones that's really cool too. Same cost as Binding of the Old Gods. Actually has the same ability. Destroy target non-land permanent. But it's an instant instead of being an enchantment. And it can get a reduced cost if you gain life during the course of that turn. Then we have 1 Vivian Monsters Advocate, just as a way to kind of get creatures every turn and close the gap. Though there are some cases where if you need 2 blockers, you can -2 to play a creature and then go search for something else. We are playing Garrick, Cursed Huntsman. This is actually, to me, a little bit of a concession against some of those Witherbloom pest decks, because you can go ahead and minus Garrick to give all your stuff trample and +3/+3. It's a little bit of the thing that people forget with the way this works, because you're usually activating the first 2 abilities, but being able to have that +3/+3 and trample is one of the few ways you can win those games sometimes. And 3 Great Hinge, because it's just really good. And again, if we have Lisette, this is another way you can gain life every turn, which is fantastic. Playing 2 copies of Agadeem's Awakening, playing 6 Swamp, 6 Forest, 4 Darkboar Pathway, 2 Necrobloom Snarl, and 4 Fabled Passage. So nothing too crazy here. Just a couple of new cards that got added to the list that really kind of rounds things out and brings this deck together. And a couple of Planeswalkers that, especially the Garrick, we don't get to see too much of these days, so it's hanging out here. But otherwise, that's the list. Let's go hop into the arena and see how the games went. All right, we're going to go first and not have a real exciting hand. We're going to keep this. Sadly, though, I think we're going to just play the Mammoth tapped. Oh, well, of course. There you are now. Boy. You know what? We're just going to gamble on drawing an untapped land. And if we don't, we don't. Well, it wasn't a dead innkeeper. That's the good news. Well, I guess we do what we got to do. Alright, we're finding land. We have Vivians. We've got Great Hinge. So things are looking up. Things are looking up. Opponent wants to block and give up a card for a 1/1. I'm okay with that too. Probably going to be an apparition here if I were guessing. Nope, just another Hollow Blade. Well, that worked out a little too conveniently. So what are we doing here? Also have to be aware that people could be playing the new red-white card, Rip Apart. So we may not end up getting much out of this. But, things being what they are, we're going to go ahead and pass. I mean, if the opponent doesn't have something slick here, then we go ahead and start trying to go off a little bit. Alright, well, that's got a target on its head. We didn't have anything to play with it? Peculiar. Why would they not have played something there? Give it protection? Nope. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what type of hand the opponent kept then. I'm thoroughly confused. You know what? I'm so willing to get in there with that 1/1. I mean, because now we're just going to be able to attack. It's going to be a big problem for the opponent now. Sure, Apparition gets rid of that. Fair enough. Yeah, doesn't change much, opponent. Really doesn't. All right, at some point we're going to get this Vivian out. I just got to figure out when. I mean, it might be now. Now might be the answer. Because if we do that, we still have 3 mana available. Okay.
A world of monsters? This is my paradise.
Do it Vigilance.
Beauty lies in variation.
I'll go ahead and play this. It's worth some life and we get 2 cards. Alright. Now it's at what point do we attack with the Lovestruck Beast? Especially when we know we have this Murderous Rider on top. I think we wait 1 more turn. Nah, that's being too conservative, I think. I mean, the opponent's going to have to either give up 2 cards or a creature and a card here. And then if we block with the Murderous Rider, we get to gain life. So, like, this is fine. Yeah, we get a 3/3 back. I'm okay with that. I mean, they might have Fight as 1. Nope, they didn't. Fight as 1 is kind of coming back in style lately. Okay. Yeah, not sure the opponent has any real play here now. Even if they got something like Showdown, yeah, we just kill it. Okay, it feels like this is one of the more normal hands we've gotten, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this. I'm going to go ahead and get out there with our Heart's Desire. We are going to attack for 1. Probably play this tapped. While it doesn't really matter to us. Alright, now they're going to be inclined to spend some mana here to stop our Innkeeper, whether it's to bounce it or to kill it, I imagine. Yep. As expected. Don't mind this too much. But again, they can just do something to the 1/1 to keep us off attacking with the Lovestruck piece. Which wouldn't be terrible, though we would hope to draw a green land so we could take advantage of a Scavenging Ooze if that ends up being the case. But if they do just kill that, then maybe we just play Ooze. Next turn they play one of the Giants. Then we get to kill a Giant. Well, that didn't quite work out how I expected it would. Let's draw a card. It's a lot of life we're going to lose on this turn, which is a little bit disturbing, but seems necessary. Alright. Well, sadly, we have to play this pre-combat just in case they do something to our 1/1. Alright. If they have a sweeper, it does leave just Lovestruck Beast out there, which is super sad for us. I mean, I play a sweeper in my version of it, so it wouldn't surprise me. Draconic Intervention or some such. No. Okay. And they ate up their treasure to do that, which feels a little risky. But this is actually okay, because now if things die, there's going to be something for me to eat with the Scavenging Ooze. And if we get a land, we're one away from a Garruk. And we have a fistful of removal, so no actual threats are going to be a concern. Return a creature I control to my owner's hand. Well, we're going to return this. Because, I mean, you know, who doesn't want a card? Yeah, unfortunately, I think the opponent's stuck on mana now, and they're just done. I think we have too many answers now, even if they drew their land.
This curse, this thrumming.
Yep.
I need them gone.
Hey, we get to go first. Boy. We're keeping it. The Scavenging Ooze just looks pretty, pedestrian behind. You know what? I probably should have just done this first. I think this is the rare time I do actually want to play a Scavenging Ooze first. And that's a mistake on my part, because I should have just fetched, so I'd be able to draw the card on turn 3. Now I might not get the advantage of that after I kind of messed that up a little bit there. Well, of course stuff would come up this way. So, I mean, we could do that, and we still get a card, I guess? Alright, well, this somewhat makes up for a mistake. If we draw a green land after they kill our Edgewall Innkeeper, I was going to say we'd be able to Scavenging Ooze and eat it, turn it into a 3/3, which would be nice. Oh, looks like we're getting nothing of the sort. Nothing of the sort. Oh, boy. I mean, I guess we attack. I don't think they're going to block. I was going to say, I can't imagine a reason they block, but hey, people have done stranger things. Yeah, having the Scavenging Ooze would have been kind of nice on that turn 2. It's weird. There you go. Like, sometimes a turn 1 play really changes everything. That turns off our Great Hinge, but I think that's all it does. I think we still want to get the Clarion Spirit if we're given an opportunity. I mean, we'll have to get rid of the Harbinger at some point if we want to use a Great Hinge. But until then, we'll just be attacking with the Foulmire Knights. Though we'd really just, in all honesty, would like to draw adventure creatures here. Well, that solves half of our problem. Don't want the opponent getting out of control here. At this rate, we may just take the slow route and just hard cast us a Great Hinge. The downside is, though, again, as long as the Harbinger's out there, we don't really get anything from our Great Hinge. I mean, we get life, so that's still, you know, it's something. Oh, War Singer. That's unfortunate. Ooh, and an Alseid. Ugh. Well, I guess the good news is we can keep the opponent from getting a thing out of their yard. Yeah, we don't have anything in our yard to eat, though, so we'd just be straight up trading for the War Singer. Alright, we'll just pass. I mean, I guess I could have attacked, but they weren't going to block. I'd rather save to block and force them to use the Alseid or something here. I mean, realistically, I'm more likely to just double block. And if they have, like, fight as one or something, we just eat it. We do also have the Agadeem's Awakening if we get another black source, so we could get them both back if completely necessary. Ooh, Linden. That's a cute one. Hadn't seen that in that list. Okay. Now we're gaining a lot of life. This is going to be kind of annoying. Alright. Come on. Big money. No whammies. Okay, that kind of counts. So here... How do we want to do this? Because we can target the Harbinger, then attack with the Scavenging Ooze. Like, see, this is frustrating because we actually lose it. Man. I think here we just have to cast the Great Hinge. I think is the plan. And then we're just going to have this life race kind of situation. Don't have anything in the yard. We have one more of these. Trying to set up a situation where we can get another removal card. So we can force them to use the Alseid, and then we can go after another thing with the Murderous Rider. So I think for any plan to work, this is going to have to be in play at some point. Which I don't love, but, you know, is what it is. Or we get a Lizette or something here with the Great Hinge out, so we can put counters on everybody. Like, there's opportunities here. Oh man, I don't know what the opponent's deck is at all. But now we have a different thing we need to kill. I mean, we can play the life game forever against a singular Harbinger, so that's not that scary. It's everything else that's going to be a concern once they start putting counters on stuff. What do we do here? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Oh, well, we're going to start by drawing cards. Oh, we don't, because that's still out there. Yep. I knew that. All right. Either way, I guess it serves as a blocker for the other Scavenger, so I don't really mind that too much. Oh, and they did have a Winota. Okay, so then the play here is go after this. Oh, they actually let it die. Huh. Didn't see that coming. Okay, well, let's go eat that. I guess they're gonna get the double strike duder. Alright, that's mostly fine. What's the other one getting? Okay. We're definitely going to have to get pretty lucky here. So we will... How do I want to do this? I mean, there is a proper way to block here. I think for sure... I think we want to block... See, I can block in a way that a creature dies during first strike damage. So let's do this. Because that gets rid of a non-human. Let's block here. No. Let's block. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But those are both humans. So this gets all the humans off the board, right? Actually, I don't want to do that. I want to block like this so the opponent's enticed to let that Alseed just die. I think that's what we want. Alright. And then this one can... this one can eat. Yep, I just did that wrong. Alright, we're just going to pass. We're going to go ahead and go get a forest here. I was thinking, yeah, I mean, I wish I had another untapped land in hand just so we'd be able to sort of figure out a plan here. But I think we go ahead and get the forest. Ooh. Alright, so we're just going to play this. If they have a removal, we'll let them target that. See if we can set up something on the coming turns. I mean, they probably shouldn't kill it, but some people do get happy with their removal. Erebos' Intervention. That's not a bad one. I imagine their other removals much more flexible than that. I'm just going to get rid of this. Wonder if this is a Turgid deck. Probably going to have to go get a swamp just so we can use these Murderous Riders. Because I have a feeling if this is Turgid, this is probably Rankle. Yep. See, sometimes you just know things. Alright. Gonna make us both discard. Alright, well, I'm gonna get rid of this. Because I'm not gonna cast a Great Henge anytime soon, that's for sure. The good news is, with them playing black, they don't really have a way to stop us from using our Murderous Riders. That's definitely a benefit to us. We can wait till they attack. So if they do have... Oh, they had an Acquisitions Expert. Okay, it does mean... Okay. Not particularly what I wanted to do. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. My real concern here, though, is that if they do have another Rankle... Alright, we kind of have to keep the Mammoth in hand. It's a heartless act, isn't it? Ah, dang it. I was hoping. Another acquisitions expert. Okay. Get rid of that. I mean, they're going heavy on the discard. I don't hate it. This is not a bad strategy either. The scary part here, though, is if it is Rankle, we're just wrecked. We just have to hope it's not Rankle. Okay, we're at least protected from Heartless Act now, if they do actually have one. No Rankle. Come on. Big money, no Rankles, no Rankles. Big money, no whammies. Uh-oh. Oh, well, that sucked. That's almost as bad. Alright, we'll just put that into play and pass. Alright, well, we're going to lose that if we don't play it. So go to 11. Good news is we go to 10. They only have one active card. And sadly, it's not a land. And I am going to put this in play, just in the event there is a Turgid or there's anything else. Drew a Crippling Fear. Oh, gosh. Okay. Time to draw one of those other Scavenging Ooze. Nope, not a Scavenging Ooze. Well, now they can, I was gonna say, now you just start drawing cards. I mean, I guess we just go big with the Valentin, right? Or with the Lisette, sorry. I mean, if they got a kill card, though. The rest doesn't do anything. Oh, it empties their hand. Yeah, good move. Alright. Man, we are somehow slowly turning this around. The opponent opted not to block, though. That's scary. They must have a way to come through here on this attack. Nope, they're just drawing a card. Going to 7. GG's? Wow! Whoa! We have to mulligan this one, sadly. This one's a little better. Keep it. Scrap that. Let's see what we can do. Shambler. This is a +1/+1 tokens deck or counters deck. Well, I'm gonna kill Luminarch Aspirant first chance I get. That chance may be a little ways off, though. Actually, that's not true. Because we get to attack here. Alright. Okay, that doesn't feel the worst. I mean, I guess we go ahead and attack, right? I mean, we get to gain a life, so we kind of somewhat negate what they're doing. Yeah, we just resolve. Curious what they're going to do here. I didn't kill anything because I was just like, what if they play like Questing Beast or some such? Looks like they're pretty weak, though. I'm willing to do this. Okay, they had a Snakeskin Veil. Fair enough. I was going to say they got us, but we really didn't have anything to do otherwise. Alright, I mean, we have all these creatures and nothing to do with stuff here. They're not even attacking with the tokens. That's weird. I would definitely trade a free token for whatever creatures. Like, that just seems silly not to do. If we kill that, we're not gonna have the mana. So yeah. Still weird that they're not attacking with that. I guess another Snakeskin Veil, since you obviously didn't kill anything. No Snakeskin Veil. Unfortunately, I have to pay 2 for that ability, and I can't. Oh, well, you were right on time, Miss Vivian. I would say you were fashionably late, but you were not. You were right on time.
If you don't respect nature, we're gonna have a
With
problem.
Vigilance? Mostly so we can attack
Diversity is
and
our
protect
greatest
Vivian.
strength.
Hopefully they don't have like an Elspeth Conquers Death, which might be why they weren't able to kill our Valentin, which would be highly unfortunate. Are you gonna pump both of those? Man, and we know we have this on top. Oof. Oof. Alright. I have a feeling they have some bonus action coming. Yeah. See? Felt like something was happening, but that's okay. Opponent emptied their hand to kill our Vivian, which we're okay with, because we've got this Agadeem's Awakening, so... Granted, we only have one thing to get right now. But actually, no, there's 2. I forgot. Because we didn't actually resolve the... Murderous Rider. It just went straight to the graveyard, so it didn't get shuffled in. Alright, how do we want to do this? If we get both of those back... Doesn't particularly do anything is the problem. Actually, you know what? We attack with Lovestruck Beast. Because if they want to trade, we can get Lovestruck Beast back here. Yep. And then we Agadeem's Awakening for... I mean, we'll just do it for 4, but really it's just 3 to get 2 creatures back. Gonna be Valentin and the Lovestruck Beast. So now we're in pretty good shape. Barring this Dragon Guard Elite becoming gigantic. Which, you know, crazier things have happened. 7/7. Well, now we gotta wait. That's not any fun. I mean, we do still have a lot of things to kill stuff. We have like 7 ways to kill a Stonecoil Serpent, so I guess we're fine. But I would like to draw one and make life a lot. Actually, no, we only have a handful of ways because it's protection from multicolor. That is one way, though. That'll help. Just the right amount of mana, too. Look at that. Oh, excellent. Excellent. That is definitely the card we want here. So now we'll be able to play Lizette. You play Lizette, gain your life, then you get to put counters on everybody, and then it's awesome. They just put the counters on for no reason, doubled the counters, and just used the little happy flaily arm remote. That's cute. Okay, so we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Lizette. Oh, also good. Very good here. Let's go ahead. Yeah, just for efficiency's sake, we're going to go ahead. We'll miss the opportunity to put counters on the Mammoth, but that's fine. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Back with a little Death Touch Duder. And end the turn. So yeah, like next turn, we're going to attack with a giant pile, and I think it's going to be lethal for the opponent. Because we can just gain the life, pump everything. We're going to have at least 2 things that are 7s. All right. And that's big. Do you have things that trample here? Yeah, okay, sure. Do what you're going to do. Double the counters and give it trample, I guess. Yep, and then they die. Well, I have Vigilance on one of them, so I was thinking I might want to leave some extra blockers back just in case, but... Well, you know, I gotta say the deck is actually pretty interesting, and it plays a lot like previous versions of Golgari Adventures, so if you do like those, you'll probably like this one as well. And the new cards really are interesting. Honestly, I really enjoyed Izzet a couple of times, like that was really awesome. And Mortality Spear is actually really good. I think really the deck kind of comes down to when you draw your Mortality Spears and your Binding of the Old Gods. That feels like that's what kind of shaped a lot of the games, but you do have a lot of removal that deals with a lot of different threats, so very few games are just over even when your opponent gets their big cards. As long as you can kind of stay creature for creature early with some of these other aggro decks, you're actually not too bad. The only downside is you don't have something that really comes over the top, but because of the amount of mana you're able to get, I mean, it wouldn't be unreal to consider playing something like Belladraugh's Witherbloom as a one-of for your top end or something crazy, but I don't know. It feels like there should be something maybe that could come over the top, or maybe even include something like a Massacre Worm, so you can get rid of all those small threats on your opponent's side of the board, because those seem to be the only real tough matchups. But if you can solve that, you're probably going to go a long way. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Adrix and Nev, the Twin Casters. Like, this card is actually really cool, and it pretty much comes back to a simple thing I've pointed out in one of our previous card spotlights, is that anytime a card says it doubles counters or gives you multiple tokens, you should probably go ahead and pick it up because it's going to be expensive. It's a thing tons of Magic players like, but if you go back through, obviously with like Doubling Season, Doubling Cube, you know, any cards in that space tend to be very popular, and this one as well. It's already shot the price of that particular commander deck up pretty high, so get them while you can before they get any higher, because this could easily be a $40 card before too long. Now, don't forget, if you want today's deck list, it will be down in the description below. And you can also get links to all of my other stuff. If you want to buy some merchandise, help me out. If you want to join us on our Discord, because we have almost 400 people in there. Come by, say hi, get some deck help. And also links to my streams if you want to come be a part of those as well. And most importantly, if you haven't, please remember to like this video. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because all those things help me out. And they also let you be notified every time I have a video up. But that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.